Hi, my name is Chris Cunningham with Shelton Vineyards. We're located in Dobson, North Carolina. We are the largest vineyard property on the East Coast at about 400 acres, approximately about 130 under vine right now. The vines were planted in 1999. They're on an old dairy farm here in Dobson. The Sheltons purchased back in the late 80s. The vines were planted in 99. Winery was opened in 2001. And ever since that time, we have been doing business with Teeter, who's a very good partner for us in reaching the consumers of North Carolina. Here at Shelton Vineyards, one thing that we do different is grow all of our own grapes that we produce wine from. Growing Riesling, Chardonnay, Viognier, Sauvignon Blancs in the whites, as well as in the red department, we've got Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, Merlot, Petit Verdot, and Malbec. Because we do grow all of our own grapes, Teeter really enjoys doing business with us, as they like to support the local community as much as possible, especially in the agricultural department. Our vines were planted in 1999 here at Shelton Vineyards. It takes about 2 to 3 years to get a good crop from your vines. But at this stage of the game, about 13 or 14 years later, the vines have really started to come around and we're seeing some much more advanced flavors, some more sophisticated depth, and I think our winemakers learned a little in that time as well. The life of our vines typically starts in about April with bud break. The buds start to swell up after the long dormant winter, and then continue to grow through the summer season, hopefully with an ideal climate. The canopy is pruned throughout the summer to increase sunlight going to the fruit itself. Our canopy tends to grow a lot because we used to be a dairy farm and it's nitrogen rich. But the important part is getting that light right on the grapes, which in turn creates ripeness and a great flavored wine down the road. Our annual production here at Shelton Vineyards is right approximately 25,000 cases annually. We currently employ 15 to 20 employees year-round. That number does go up on being harvest, if we have any planning, and the winemaking process itself. We produce 25 to 26,000 cases annually. I would say about a third of that goes through Teeter. Our Riesling is definitely most popular, followed closely by our unoaked Chardonnay, Bin 17. I really believe the lure with the Riesling is because we are in a sweet wine state with the popularity of Pepsi and sweet tea. Riesling really seems to go well with the palate of a lot of the folks in state. Bin 17 appeals to both the Sauvignon Blanc drinkers as well as the Pinot Grigio drinkers, folks that really don't like a lot of oak in their Chardonnay. We do offer that style as well on our estate Chardonnay, which you can also find at Teeter. In the fall, we begin our harvesting. That usually employs about 30 people in the vineyard. Our vineyard workers will typically cut the grapes from the vine with a knife, put them in a bucket, just as they did years ago, and then transfer them to our crush facility. Once the grapes are crushed, the juice comes out, it's sent down via gravity to our fermentation tank room where the wine spends a little bit of time, typically 7 to 10 days, in its primary fermentation. Our whites will stay in that tank until bottled. The reds will then go to barrel for barrel aging, like you see behind me. Our estate Chardonnay also is barrel fermented Chardonnay. It stays in oak about 11 months, and it just creates a real nice, rich, creamy mouthfeel. Typically, our reds will stay in barrel for about 18 months, 1.5 to 2 years. Then they're transferred back to the fermentation tanks, which will then bring them to the bottling facility where they're bottled. Whites, on the other hand, don't need quite so long in the aging process and are pretty much ready to bottle in less than a month. The winery and vineyard are privately owned by Charlie and Ed Shelton, two brothers who grew up in Mount Airy, right here in Surry County. With the decline of tobacco and textile mills going overseas, their goal was to find something that would bring people to this area. And we had over 76,000 people visit the winery last year, so there is a real interest in the wine and the growing industry here in North Carolina. Thank you very much for your interest. I hope you enjoyed the video tour. Please enjoy some of our fine wines at Teeter, and if you get a chance, visit our website at www.sheltonvineyards.com, where we encourage you to share the good life.